So you can definitely tell where I am today, but what you probably don't know is who I am with. We are cycling with Sir Chris Hoy today at the Velodrome in Manchester. Welcome back to the What Life. Let's roll. We're going to find out how much slower we are than Chris Hoy in a second.
You're making your excuses already? Come on.
Yeah. So we're joining track cycling legend Chris Hoy for a day with Science in Sport, who are a nutrition brand, to basically learn a bit more about track cycling and head out on the course, and he's going to coach us for the morning. We have an hour up on the, I'm going to say, hopefully say this right, up on the boards. First time doing this, other than a few laps around the cycle track in Mallorca, but I don't think that really counts too much, so we're looking forward to it. Guys, how cool is this? Get to ride with Sir Chris Hoy in his, this is his world, this is his environment. Forgot to bring a bike, or forgot to go and collect a bike, because we're at the Velodrome in Manchester. You can come here and do track days, and they have equipment to hire. It's Look Keo pedals and shoes, so if you have Look Keos, you can just bring your own shoes. If you don't, then you have to probably rent some, I imagine. I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm just going to come down here and see whether I can get a bike. More shoes to rent. Hello, sir.
Good afternoon, sir. Are you after the bike?
I am after a bike. What do? Are you sizing up my inner seam, are you? I can see you looking at me funny. I only let cyclists look at me like that.
No, I'm going to give you a 60. Got longer legs.
What was that?
That's a 58.
So is that typically give me a little rundown on track bikes, why I'd be riding a 60 when...
The ball bracket's higher.
Okay.
Right, and the geometry you'll need is 58 by 58, which is very traditional geometry. Road bikes are all different sizes nowadays. So I'm looking at body proportions. You've got quite long legs, but you've got a longer torso as well. So that's why I try and size you up a little bit more. You'll be alright on that, you'll be comfy. It's up to yourself.
I typically tend to go for a slightly smaller frame, so I ride like a 54, 56 on a road.
Yeah. See, I ride a 52, 54 on the road, but I ride a 56 track bike.
Yeah.
That's how jumps.
So this would be a 58, is that what you said?
That's a 58.
Yeah.
You ride that?
I'm happy with a 58, yeah, tend to lean. I know that, obviously you've got years more experience than me, but...
it's a comfort thing.
Yeah.
Right. So you're going to be a little bit more stretched over on that.
Yeah.
So
that's fine.
Nice,
yeah. Huh?
It should be nice and comfy on that. You've been on the track before?
Nah.
All you've got to do, tops of drops.
Yep.
Right? No hooks on these, so that can happen.
Yeah.
Tops of drops. You keep that and that nice and relaxed. Sit up, smile and pedal.
Sit up, smile and pedal. Put that on a t-shirt. Thank you, sir.
No problem.
We're on a 58 frame. So they're obviously single speeds, so no freewheeling and no hoods to hold on to, no levers to hold on to when you're up on the hoods. So it's been a while since I've been on a single speed.
You're making your excuses already? Come on.
Actually,
he knows what he's doing, he's going to be fine.
I crashed again on Sunday as well.
Well, hopefully it's just not in threes then.
So they look like they're 23mm tyres. I don't know whether that's a normal thing for track. I don't know whether the track have changed their tyre widths nowadays. Go on, Handhill. So just getting used to the boards, which is quite fun. Having Chris Hoy shout at you to go faster is always encouraging. He's got that Olympian's mentality of, if in doubt, just put more power down. And he's not wrong. You definitely feel more comfortable the faster you go. I'm going to ask whether both banks are exactly the same, because in my humble and somewhat amateur opinion, having been my first time on these boards, I'm kind of curious to know whether they are at both ends are exactly the same. to ask someone that might know. Is it exactly both ends exactly the same?
Both
Here.
ends
Of the is it symmetrical, this track?
No. So it's basically the entry is shallower and the exit is steeper, but it's the same. So it looks like it's symmetrical, but if you ride it clockwise, it feels very different.
Okay.
Smoother coming in.
Yeah, so it's more shallow in the entry, so it allows you to get that line entry, and then when you're really hitting that peak speed, it helps spit you back out again, and so you can do speeds of 80 k's an hour plus, or even 85, 86 k's an hour behind a motorbike.
Who's the lucky volunteer?
You know what you're doing, you've got on the track, and that's the point where you might forget to keep pedaling. So just remind yourself, keep pedaling. Those are the two words. Repeat to yourself on a loop, keep pedaling. Because it is a fixed wheel, and if you try and stop pedaling mid-ride, you'll know about it. So, but you're doing brilliantly, all of you. Really good job. Have fun. Go out there and just push a little bit faster to gain the height. You've got to invest the effort to gain that height. But once you're up there, you'll really. That's the fun bit. When you're up nice and high, and then when the track's clear, you can swoop down, and you get that sensation of speed. But well done. Good, amazing first effort. It's a flying start lap, so it's the fastest you can go for one lap. So you want to be hitting the start finish, which is that thick white line, at your maximum speed. You don't want to be accelerating there, you want to be on it by that point, and you'll get the best time. The shortest route is the black line. So although you've been riding up above the red and the blue, once you're racing, this is the point. You stick on that, and it'll be harder than you think. When you come round here, the bike will want to wander up the track if you're going quickly. But try and keep it on the black line and go as fast as you can. And when you get to the end of that lap and you finish the effort, don't stop pedaling. Okay, just tell yourself, keep pedaling. I'll be over that side shouting, keep pedaling, and then you can ease off and slow down. But it's one lap, so you start over here, you'll roll onto the track, straight onto the blue band. When you get to the home straight, you're going to go straight up onto the track, up to the blue, and then you're going to press hard, stay on the blue line around that bend there. And then when you get to this back straight, if you've been up to the fence already, you're going to go up to the fence and stay as high as you can. If you haven't, just stay as high as you feel comfortable and keep the height all the way through here until you get under the big scoreboard, and then you really start to sprint. Keep the height, keep the height, keep the height until you get to the home straight, and that's when you make your dash down onto the black line, and then you go hell for leather for one lap.
The gold medal Olympic champion just kept shouting at me to go faster, so I was just doing what I was told.
Aren't we in like an unusual, nice situation?
Yeah.
We've got
Chris Hoy just shouting go faster, so I'm not going to argue with him.
Did you agree?
Yeah, I tried. I'm not going to bang on about this stuff too much, guys. I know that the real crux of this is that you want to hear from Mr. Sir Chris Hoy and chat to him. So we'll ask him a few questions after this. But I've got to fill you in a little bit of what it's like to ride on a track, and really good for the quads. I know that might not be what many people need, but I really lack in the sprint after doing a summer of endurance, like 100-mile runs and long rides, 3-1-2 ride. So my endurance is quite good. My power is in the bin. Oh. After 5 minutes of coaching, I'm happy to report that kept it rubber side down this time at 19.2 seconds. I don't know whether that's good, I don't know if it's bad. I'm happy with it. Always got to leave a little bit of room for improvement. I feel like that's what I tried to do. Whoa. Definitely makes you feel a little bit it's full lactic. I didn't have the confidence to really kind of try and push. Just fixed gears, what feels like fast speeds, even though it probably looks quite pedestrian. Push! It's fun though. It's a good day out. What does it normally come down to, Chris? Does it normally come down to tenths of a second, hundredths of a second, thousandths of a second?
In terms of the groups that we have?
In terms of like proper...
At the top level?
Yeah.
At the top level there's thousandths of a second, so you quite often get dead heats to the thousandth of a second in a sprint qualifier. Over 1,000 metres, so 4 laps of the track from a standing start, that's the kilo time trial. I won my first world title in 2002 by 1,000th of a second. So at the end of it, you know, it was in my favour, but equally, if you lose by 1,000th of a second, then you think every possible, you know, hesitation at the start, or you might have the chin strap on your helmet might be flapping in the wind, or you've not tucked in a necklace, or whatever, you know, all these little micro areas you could have gained or lost that 1,000th of a second, even just a slight waver off the line.
And you'll never know that until
You never know
it's
till the
finished.
end. Yeah, and the beauty of the kilo is it's one shot. You don't get heats. There's no second chance. It's just one ride to prove that you're the best, and it could be the Olympics. One shot every 4 years to make that chance. So yeah, it's all in the micro details. So if you come back next time and you have a bit of time to practice, you'll take a big chunk off, and then the same until you get to that point where you get close to your sort of potential, and then it's thousands and it's frustration and you plateau. But that's what sport's like. In any sport, it's always that you make big improvements and then they get closer and closer to your limit. But you can always find more. You can always improve more. But well done. That was genuinely. It's not just something I say to every group. I thought you did really well.
Right, it was a little bit quicker than I anticipated because we have the women's GB under 23 team doing laps now. So we didn't get as much time as I thought we would have, but still a great afternoon and learnt a lot very quickly. We had to because we basically had a few, 15 minutes of riding around and then had to do a flying lap, which is quite intense, but let me drop this bike back. Yeah, and it was just, as I said, the kind of universal feedback from people that have met Chris Hoy is just how much of a genuinely really nice man he is, and I just think he's such a good ambassador for the sport of cycling, which is brilliant. Thank you. Can I drop this back to you?
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
And it's just like I'm extremely grateful that I got to have this opportunity, to have him shout at me to push harder, go faster, as I went around the track here in Manchester. That was just like, oh, what a world, huh? That's awesome. And I managed to not crash this time. So, but yeah, I'm kind of really grateful for today because that was cool, really cool experience. Grab some food. That might be it for the day. Look, here's the under 23 women training as they come around. So smooth. I love it. I love how many different forms of cycling there are. It's cool, huh? What a great day, what a great way to spend a morning. We had an hour on the track. It's something that I'd recommend everyone does if you have the opportunity to go and do a few laps of the track. I don't think it's necessarily a sport that I would find myself diving into, but a track day, if anyone ever asks you, just go along because it is a lot of fun, and that's my feedback on that. Guys, thanks for joining in today. I'm going to wrap this one up here. Short and sweet track day with Chris Hoy, which is just what an experience. Thanks so much for joining in, guys.